Hi, I'm Gareth with Creative Connors. Today, I'm excited to show you Off the Shelf. Off the Shelf is a software toolkit made for small manufacturers. I'll walk you through the basic workflow of creating a bill of materials, entering sales orders, running purchasing, production, and finally shipping. For this demonstration, let's imagine that I have a company that makes, skateboards. We have 2 models in our catalog, but want to add a third. From the dashboard, let's jump into products. Here we have a list of all our products. Some are complete products, like our existing skateboard models, fractals, and peace sign. The rest are sub-products used to create these skateboards. Any product you make shows up here. And if I click on one, I get a detail page. On this page, there's pricing and costing info, time tracking, and shipping specs. But I want to focus on the bill of materials. The bill of materials is essentially a recipe for the ingredients that are used to make this skateboard. There are 2 types of things that can go into a bill of materials, or BOM for short: parts and subproducts. To carry that recipe metaphor a little further, if you were making Eggs Benedict, your recipe would call for eggs and Canadian bacon and English muffins. And it would also call for hollandaise sauce. Well, hollandaise sauce has its own recipe with a bunch of ingredients, so you'd need a separate recipe just for that. And you could make the same sauce for other dishes, like maybe asparagus. So parts are like ingredients, and subproducts are like other recipes that get added into the dish. Okay, enough about food. Looking at our skateboard, I have a couple of parts: a graphic and wheels. I also have 2 subproducts: the trucks, which are basically the axle for the wheels, and the deck, that's the bit that you stand on. Both of these subproducts have their own BOM, and we can use them for multiple skateboard models. If I click on the subproduct, I can see its BOM. Okay, let's make that new skateboard model that we were talking about. That'll use these subproducts, but has some new wheels and a different graphic. I can add a new product from the product list. Give it a name: skateboard robot dog, because we're going to put a robot dog graphic on the bottom of this. All right, now I've got a new blank product. I know I want to add the deck and a couple of trucks, so let's add subproducts. Here's the deck. Need one of those. And 2 trucks. And we're done with that. Now, add the new parts. Here's a list of all the parts we stock. I can search for the ones I want. I added robot dog graphic already in my parts list, so let's grab that. Great. Now add the wheels. Let me search for wheels. We have 2 wheels in here already, but I want different wheels. We found some cool orange 60mm wheels. I don't have those in my parts list, so let's add them. And we buy those from a vendor called Zumiez. And 4 of those, and we're done. Great, so pretty quickly, we've created a new product. And you can see it's got some costing information that Off the Shelf has figured out from the parts cost, but we haven't given it any cost info for the new wheels. Let's fix that right now so we can get an accurate picture. Click on the wheels, and we get a part detail page. From the chevron menu, select Edit so that we can add the cost info. I've got the SKU on my clipboard already, so I'll paste that in. And the cost that I looked up was $24.99 for a pack of 4. I'm going to enter the price as a single unit. Off the Shelf will do the division for me here. And that's all I need to deal with right now, so save this change. You can see that the part knows where it's used. At the moment, it's just in our robot dog skateboard. But if we use this wheel on other models, we'd see that on this list. Okay, now the skateboard has all the costing info on materials. I'm also going to add an estimate of the assembly time. Once we really build these, Off the Shelf will track actual assembly time. But if we chuck in an estimated time, we can see the labor estimate now. Great! The time to build is 7 minutes for the board and 32 minutes with subassemblies. The cost information now shows both materials and labor costs. Now you can see a recommended cost plus price. This is based on my pricing configuration with target margins. You can change all that stuff to fit your needs. You certainly don't have to use this calculated price, but it's a great gut check to verify profitability. I'm actually going to tweak the selling price a bit based on what my experience tells me is a reasonable price for a high-end skateboard. And Off the Shelf will now show me the deviation from cost plus price. All right, the product bomb is finished. Now let's go get some sales. From the sales order page, I'm going to record 2 new sales. We've got a couple of retailers that are placing orders for our newest offering. A shop called Skate Forever, Work Whenever wants 20 units of the new board. They also want a handful of our original peace sign boards. Let's add those too. They are looking for them in 2 weeks, so we should add that target date. Give ourselves a little bit of time for shipping and save that off. And we've got a new customer, Brenda's Boards. Since they are new, Brenda's Boards isn't in our customer list yet. But if I enter the company name, Off the Shelf will automatically create a new customer and a matching sales order. This is super handy for rapid entry. Clicking the customer details from the chevron menu brings up a detail page. When I have a moment, I can enter in more details about the customer, like contact info and shipping address. But for right now, let's just get their order entered. They want a small sample to check us out. 6 boards. We're going to push these out a little bit faster to impress them and hopefully win future business. With that done, the sales order info will show up in a couple of places. There's a timeline view that shows these orders. Here you can see both the Brenda's Boards order and the Skate Forever, Work Whenever order. Also, the production matrix is available to show you a total of all the production demand. Here you can see all the boards that are needed to be produced. All right, we know how many we need to make, but if we go to the product detail page, the system shows 0 buildable. We are missing parts. We try to keep our shelf stock pretty low, so we aren't tying up a lot of cash and parts on the shelf. But we want Off the Shelf to make our purchasing as efficient as possible, so we move quickly from getting a sale to building to shipping. Okay, let's go get those parts. Head to Buy, Purchase Orders. Let's have Off the Shelf generate the purchase orders to bring in any missing materials so we can get cranking. Select the 2 open sales orders and hit Generate. Off the Shelf will generate purchase orders for all the parts we need to buy in order to build the skateboards we've sold. A purchase order is a formal document that itemizes each part you wish to buy from a vendor. Off the Shelf creates the purchase orders, but you can decide how to send them to your vendors. Sometimes you may just order parts online and include the purchase order number for reference. Other vendors may accept an emailed PDF of the purchase order. You are in control of how and when the orders are placed. Off the Shelf makes sure that when you do place the orders, you get everything you need. And it looks like we need a few things. All right. Let's say we got this stuff ordered and it showed up at our door. Receive in the parts. I'll go ahead and receive in the rest of these purchase orders, but the process is the same. Now let's hop back to the Robot Dog skateboard and see if we can build some. Yes! 26 buildable. Now we can get to work. Once we've actually built these boards physically, click Build and Serialize. This will deduct all the components we use from the shelf stock and make the resulting finished products available for sale. If I scroll down, you can see the new serial numbers that are ready to ship out to our customers. For each product you build, Off the Shelf generates a unique serial number that you can stick onto the product for tracking. Serial numbers make it easy to identify a product when a customer contacts you for service or an item is returned for repair. But if you don't need that level of tracking for some of your products, it's fine to ignore the serial numbers for now. When we're ready to pack and ship, head back to the open sales orders. Hit Ship and select the serial numbers that you are sending to the customer, or let Off the Shelf pick the numbers for you. Let's jump back to our product page and check that those serial numbers are tracked. Yep, you can see 6 of our products shipped to Brenda's boards. All right, that wraps up our whirlwind tour of Off the Shelf and one of the most common workflows. There's a lot more great features we didn't cover, like time tracking and reporting. But I hope this gave you a taste of how Off the Shelf can help you streamline your manufacturing process. Head to getofftheshelf.com and sign up for your free 30-day trial. And if you have any questions, shoot us an email. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching.